made it to London. We've actually been in the UK for the last 10 days, but we have been on a British Isles cruise. So if you missed those videos, I will link them down below. We now have 48 hours. Ooh, sunglasses needed. We have 48 hours here in London. We are staying right here in the area next to the Palace of Westminster. We have no plans. We're just gonna get out and explore the city. We have walked all the way around the Palace of Westminster, and we are on Westminster Bridge right now. It is extremely busy in London today. It is Saturday, it's in October, the weather is beautiful, and everybody's out. So just a little history about this place. This palace started being built in the 11th century, and Big Ben, or what everybody thinks of as Big Ben, the clock tower, the name Big Ben actually is the bell itself, and it's been ringing throughout the morning, and it was established in 1859. So we've got literal history all the way around us. We found a floating pub on the Thames River. This old boat's been made into a pub. Yeah, we gotta stop here.
Yes, please. All right, here we are on the Thames River, right across. Oh, I said it right this time. Last time we were here in London, we were like, it's Thames, Thames River, like every video. It's Thames. We figured it out. The H is there, but the A is pronounced E. Thames. Gotcha. Anyway, we're on the Thames River, right across from the London Eye, and we stumbled across this. It's called the Tattershall Castle. It looks like a ship, but it's a bar, and right here on the Thames. And so we stopped off and had ourselves. I'm drinking a Hell's Lager, local lager. Lisa's got a hard cider with strawberry kick in it, infused, and trying to figure out what we're gonna do next. This is probably gonna be the pace of our day.
Yep.
You know, we have less than 48 hours here. We've coming off of a long journey. We did 2 cruises back to back, and it has been a wild ride. It's been an amazing journey, but we're kind of at the end of it and a little moving slow. So we're gonna take you along with us nonetheless, and eat and drink around London best we can. Cheers.
And how cool is it that Westminster is right behind you?
Oh, that's not cool at all. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. It's beautiful. London this is our second time over here, and it's just so overwhelming how much there is to do. And so when you have only 48 hours, my brain kind of goes into overload, like, oh God, you know, you gotta get as much in as you possibly can, but you don't have to do that. We can come back, take your time, and enjoy the city at a leisurely pace, and you will have a better time. You will savor it and enjoy it and have better experiences. 100%. But the beauty everywhere you turn, it's just buildings that are so old, mixed in with modern architectures. And there goes an Uber boat. Like,
where else do you see
Uber boats? Pretty awesome place, man. London, one of the best cities in the world.
And this is why you just get out and walk in a city. If we had like a specific, we're going here, we would have never found this. This was super cool. I really enjoyed just sitting here watching the boat traffic, watching the eye go around. That was neat. So of course our first meal has to be in a pub. We are at the Coal Hole, and we have ordered, we're gonna share this because it's massive. Instead of getting a steak and ale pie, this is a pulled brisket cooked in red wine pie. It is a pie though. Let's dig into this. That's gonna have to cool off for a minute. So I pushed the pastry down in the gravy so it can get all soaked in. That's good. The meat is really, really tender. And then once you let that pastry soak into the gravy, everything is just so good. Let me try these potatoes. Little potatoes on the side.
That's good. I always worry it's going to be too salty, but man, that is perfect. Great consistency. Just good, wholesome beef flavor, man. The right amount of salt in it, not over salted. And that pastry that soaks up that juice. That warms the soul, man. That is a hearty meal right there. I always wish though that it would be more like a pot pie. I know it's not, but like it wouldn't hurt to have some peas and carrots in there, you know what I'm saying? But we do have a side of potatoes. So we had all the veggies on the side. We had some peas and some green beans, and it's like almost like a lettuce or slaw. Anyway, we just scooped it up and threw it in the gravy. We're gonna make our own little pot pie.
We demolished that. That was a very good pie. Great first meal in London. Yes, so we had the steak and ale pie in Scotland and Edinburgh, and it's not good compared to this. This one is really good. And just putting the vegetables in there and mixing it all up made the bites even better, and that was yummy. We are a sucker for good markets in a city, and on our last trip to London we went to the Borough Market and the Spitalfields Market. So today we are at the Covent Garden Market. Let's go check it out. They have a sample station here with all these little teapots on a warmer, and you can just walk around and try the different teas. They're all different flavors. So that first one was a milk oolong, and it was really good. And this has got mango, and you can smell that mango. It's good. This is the Covent Garden blend with a hint of peach. It's a black tea. Oh God, they smell so good. This one's really hot.
You're gonna get high on tea. You're gonna get your caffeine jolt.
Yes, I am. God, they're all good.
They smell like a potpourri or like a cologne or perfume. That's what they smell like to me. They smell really good. Wow, so I am super impressed. These guys are super tight. You can tell they are trained musicians, professionals, super tight. They were just doing the Pirates of the Caribbean, and it was like every note was perfect. I mean, that was very impressive. And what's crazy is they sound plugged in, but nobody's plugged in. The acoustics are so good in this room, the sound just resonates as if they're plugged in. I mean, that tells you that they're good trained musicians. They knew that. They found a good spot. And man, they have a balcony. People have a balcony view, and there's tables down here. They're making tips galore, as they should, because they're very talented. I could sit and listen to them all day. Man, this was, again, this is what happens when you freestyle. You don't know what happens until you turn the corner. That's when the magic really happens, you know?
Market is so different, and like Borough Market, where we went last year, was a bunch of food stalls and things like that. This is more restaurants, like sit down order restaurants and shops, and then you've got your live entertainment. I just love how there's so many different options of these city markets. Ice cream!
Okay, so we're just walking about. We're on our way to Seven Dials, and we saw this little place emerging from a narrow little like alleyway full of shops and coffee shops and food shops and all kind of stuff. And we saw this place, and we were like, we have to go in and get a half pint. But we switched to half pints because we've been doing pints. So we're gonna do half pints more often. And I got the Mr. Frog's British Lager, and Lisa got the cider, Orchard View cider. And this place looks awesome. Many small pit stops along the way make for a joyful journey. Cheers! Sorry, the name is Mr. Fogs, not Frogs with an R. I guess my vision's getting foggy.
Funny observation, going to the bathroom in a pub can be an interesting experience. Sometimes you have to go down as many as 3 flights of stairs to get there, and sometimes there's loud old music in them like this one, and just very weird decor and pull-string toilets, which is just not what we're used to in the US. We are near the Theater District area, and this is 7 Dials right behind us. So this is a really interesting area because there's this monument in the middle and literally 7 streets come off of it. So it's a little roundabout and you can go any direction, but it's mostly pedestrian, not a lot of cars coming through here. And we remember there was a really cool pub in this area that we're gonna go try and find.
Cheers from the Crown here in London. So we're on our trek back to the hotel, and we saw the Tattershall Castle, the boat that we stopped at earlier on the Thames River to have drinks. And we noticed that they had some lights rocking about, and they had music, and people were dancing. They got a dance floor, they got a DJ, and you can enjoy drinks right here at night, looking at the Thames River and the beautiful London Eye, and just a great view of the city. This is like one of our favorite places now.
It is!
I mean, what a gem this place is. Don't tell anybody. This is super cool. The only thing, it's a little nippy out, so it would be nice if they had some like outdoor like heaters.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But we ain't complaining. It's still fun nonetheless. Man, pretty cool first night in London.
I must say, this boat is one of the coolest places in London.
Yes.
Just the view, sitting on the Thames River. I mean, it's cool enough that we came here twice in one day, right? This is pretty awesome.
Y'all gonna think this is crazy, but I was just sitting here telling Lisa off camera, you know what would make this moment better? The theme song from Night at the Roxbury came on, and so help me God, 40 seconds later, this song comes on. Holy cow, it's meant to be!
We're wandering through London as we do. We just left Borough Market and we come across this. This is ruins of Winchester Palace. So this palace was in use until the 17th century, and then I'm not sure what happened to it. It doesn't say on the sign, but it says the ruins were discovered in the 19th century. And this is just how they look now. So there's like some on the grounds. They've made a garden down below, and then you can see a couple of the walls right here. And this dates back to the 12th century. So from the 12th through the 17th century, this was a working palace. I love this city. Then you turn the corner and there's this ship, this old ship that's just right here, docked right off the Thames River, and it looks like they're making an escape room out of it, which is very interesting. But right now, it's cool. It's just like this ship, just right here in the middle of the city. It's crazy.
That thing looks legit, man. Like that is a straight up pirate ship. Old school pirate ship. I would love to get on that thing. Yep. 1577. This ship is old. And it says here it has gone all the way around the world. Twice.
You gotta love London. You have a 1,000-year-old church right next to a brand new skyscraper.
Really awesome. So the World Cup is going on right now, and England's actually playing in it. So we're right here on the Thames River, and they've set up all these like temporary beer gardens and huge TVs so everybody can hang out, drink beer, and watch the game. That's the kind of stuff I love about a city like this. So much to do. I mean, whatever you like to do, there's plenty of it.
I know nothing about rugby. I don't know the rules of the game.
Who cares?
But we're in England, and England is playing in the Rugby World Cup. So how cool is that to be sitting here watching this game on the Thames River with Tower Bridge right there, Tower of London right there. I mean, right? This is cool.
Another 5? I don't keep up with rugby either, obviously, but how cool is this, man? We're in England, watching England play, right here on the Thames River, like Elisa said. That's pretty awesome, while we're sharing a half pint. Okay, a little score update. England has got 21 points on the board, and Fiji has 10, so we are winning. Go England. Let's take it, baby. Let's do this thing.
Last time we were in London, we did the full tour of the Tower of London, and we walked up and down the Tower Bridge. Such a neat place. I will link those videos down below. We're not going to do it again because we're almost out of time for this trip to London. We were just looking at all the people on Tower Bridge and deciding if we want to walk it or just view from afar today.
From afar.
From afar. This is London Bridge. A lot of people get London Bridge and Tower Bridge names confused. The one with the 2 towers is Tower Bridge. This is London Bridge, a lot less impressive. But this is the site of the original London Bridge, which is very, very old and connected the 2 sides of the river. It's been rebuilt a couple times. Interesting fact, the last London Bridge that was demolished, an American bought it, and it's now in Arizona.